There are 8 members in a running group. Last week, the group ran a mean distance of 33 miles and a median distance of 32 miles. The distances in miles that 5 of the members ran last week are shown below: 25, 44, 23, 32, 26. Which list could show the distances in miles that the other 3 members ran last week? We are looking at 2 math vocabulary terms here. We have what is referred to as the mean. Just a reminder what the mean is: we add all the numbers then divide by the number of numbers. Whereas the median that is the middle number when written in increasing order. So it might actually help us here if we rearrange the numbers in our original problem from least to greatest. From least to greatest, 23 would come first, followed by the 25, then the 26, then the 32, and lastly the 44. It says which list could show the distances in miles that the other 3 members ran last week. Just a reminder what we're trying to have here: when we include those other values, we need a mean distance of 33 miles as well as a median distance of 32 miles. Let's check Part A first. If I include Part A's data with our original data, we would still have the 23 coming first. We would have 25, 26, 32, then we have one of the new 32s, we would have 37, followed by the 44 from the original information, and lastly the 45. Again, those red values came from the multiple choice options in Part A. If we first test the median, I can test this by finding the middle value. So 23 goes with the 45. This 25 cancels out with the 44. 26 with the 37. And notice I actually have 2 middle values. This is easier than most problems would be, but typically to find the median, when you have 2 values, you would have to add them up, 32 plus 32, and divide by 2, which would be 64 over 2, or 32. Now, since they were the same numbers in the middle, you wouldn't necessarily have to do that. And going back to the original problem, the median needed to be 32. So this part works. We then have to test the mean. So I'm going to have to add up all of these values. If I add 23 plus 25 plus 26 plus 32 plus another 32 plus 37 plus 44 plus 45. And remember, I now have to divide this by the number of numbers. There were a total of 8 values there. Again, that comes from the original problem up here where it says 8 members. And again, this is the mean. When I add up all of those values, I get a number that is 264. I divide that by the 8, and I get 33, which, as stated in the original problem, was what the mean was supposed to be. Now, this was 2 parts. It needed to be true for both the mean and the median. Since part A passed with both the median of 32 and the mean of 33, that tells us that A is the correct answer choice here. Which means, in context to the problem, the other 3 members ran 32, 37, and 45 miles.